Lil Yachty is literally showing us that this theory is true. Like at this point, it's confirmed. Now, if you haven't already, click up here somewhere to watch the first video I made about his album promo. That actually gives us more context to this theory today, which is the fact that he has multiple personalities. That's the theory. We don't know if it's true, but we're going with it and we're going to try to explore it right now. So first of all, this video is about him saying, I love you. The entire point of this is him being in a position where he's in front of this girl that he's really feeling, like really feeling. And throughout the first quarter of the video, you actually see him falling in love. They're trying to kiss and he wants to really get in with her. I mean, you know, they're driving through the sunset, which by the way, this is an incredible shot. I really do love this. Like this looks, and it was shot very well. The song is great. And as we get closer and closer to about the second quarter of this video, you begin to see a deterioration in the experience. Now we get to the point in the video where he's holding a bullet that has the word love on it. Now, we don't know where this bullet is going. We don't know what's about to happen, but in a few, he actually ends up lifting up his revolver. Now, this was pretty insane when I saw it. I got kind of scared. I thought he was gonna shoot her in the face. I thought he was gonna hold the place up or rob it. But no, actually what ended up happening was he began to hold it to his own head. Yeah, so from that alone, we see that the bullet that had love on it is, it looks like it's going to kill him. Love is going to kill him, or he's killing himself with love. We're not sure yet. But just this scene alone says a lot. I mean, depicting suicide, depicting any action of self-harm is always going to be very scary, especially in a piece of art, right? Is this where his mind is? Is this, you know, how he feels? Does he want to hurt himself? That's kind of scary, right? And the girl that he loves is sitting by watching this happen, and she's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, what is this? So of course, as the video goes on, we begin to realize that he is deeply in love with her, but she is not in love with him. That's right. So he begins to realize that he's in a place of total discomfort. His entire reality is shattering in front of us during the first half of this music video, where we begin to see him breaking down. There's a waitress at the restaurant laughing at him. In his mind, again, it's breaking down. Everything is deteriorating. His whole reality is shattering. You see that the sun is going down and they are literally splitting apart. The car cut in half. He's still trying to hold on, but she doesn't mind letting go. She doesn't mind letting go of his hand because in reality, she doesn't care. And he is devastated. Like, look at his face right now. He doesn't know what to do. And she's staring back at him, finding the space between them. She no longer wants to be associated. And this scene right here, do you see all these multiple faces on the wall? There is a theory, and the continued theory is that these are all his personalities that have not come to fruition yet. What does that mean? Basically, all of these faces are within his psyche, okay? They have not taken a full form. They're just faces because these are all the voices in his head. All they can do is talk. They can't move, they can't act, they can only talk. So throughout this middle part of the video, you see all these faces laughing at him and talking and saying different things. And you begin to realize that he is being tormented by all of these voices in his psyche, telling him one thing or another. At the end of the day, again, he feels very separated on his choices and he begins to feel like he is not himself. Now, at this stage in the video, he's actually actively questioning her. Like, why are you doing this? What's happening? I don't understand. And I'll actually let that part play out. Because there's no music in there. So this part is actually pretty funny.
Don't ever in your life say that to me again. That shit just made me itch. What you talking about, love me?
What?
He is devastated. This is hilarious.
I was thinking we'd be together. That's why I brought you here. This is my favorite diner. My favorite fries.
It's been 2 weeks, Miles, and you sound crazy.
She said it's been 2 weeks, Miles. This man talking about some I love you at 2 weeks? Wow. That part is so funny to me because this guy is being so melodramatic. After 2 weeks of knowing somebody, he's already saying I love you and is like super confused by her reaction. This is hilarious. This is great.
Crazy as fuck right now.
But this is different. We are different.
We definitely different.
So Is it someone else or? Really?
Uh-oh.
You fucking kidding me right now? Yeah.
So that right there, that begins the downfall of his mental state. In this music video, you begin to see exactly how his mental state begins to decline, okay? So once he found out that, well, obviously she doesn't want to say I love you back after 2 weeks. That's obvious. No one has to tell you that, right? But in his mind, he's so emotional. He just has these feelings and he has to get them out. But now that he got them out and he asked the pivotal question, is there somebody else? She answered it without answering it. And now he knows there's somebody else she's interested in. So as the music video continues, you see one of the most impactful scenes, I think, and I think we've all been through this, is carrying our heart, dragging our heart behind us because we're so emotional. We love so greatly, right? We got to put our heart on our sleeve, not just on our sleeve, but on our backs. And people have to know how we feel. Well, there's a consequence to that. And now Lil Yachty knows what that consequence is. This shot is perfect because it shows you exactly where he is, you know, mentally, emotionally, and he's not in a good place. And this is where we begin to descend into madness and where all his personalities, at least some of them, begin to show. So, nearing the end of the video, you begin to see this man. Now, we don't know the name of this personality, but you can obviously see this is a different Lil Yachty. Hair is all over the place, sweating with a very sad look on his face. In an orange jumpsuit, a criminal perhaps is what Lil Yachty is trying to show us. This is, I would like to coin this personality, the seventh personality on the list is Murder Yachty. And Murder Yachty does not look very happy. And again, we call him Murder Yachty because he is digging a shallow grave. Now, who's he digging a shallow grave for? Well, as he opens up the trunk, we begin to realize that this Murder Yachty, a man who's talking to himself crazily, is pulling a man out of his trunk who, at this point, I believe, is more than likely the man that his girl was still having feelings for. It reminds me of the show You. I don't know if you guys have watched it, but it's like, you know, killing another man because you're obsessed with this person. This is the personality that Lil Yachty is trying to show us. This personality lives within Lil Yachty's psyche, okay? And this part of the video is actually the part that I think connects all the dots together. Now, in my previous video, I showed you CV Thomas. Again, CV Thomas is Lil Yachty's handle on Twitter. And the personality in the video I showed you is the same man that comes out the car here. But I want you to listen to what this version of Lil Yachty has to say because it's quite poignant. Here we go.
Somebody else. Okay. Well, now this woman's kind of way.
With the bitter taste of rejection in his mouth, a heavy-hearted man wondered why he simply just wasn't good enough. Of course, only place he'll find those answers are within. Thanks for stopping by.
Lil Yachty is literally showing us that this theory is true. Like at this point, it's confirmed. It's confirmed. Lil Yachty has multiple personalities. I don't care what you say. This man, the same man with the same outfit, showed up in the previous video, in the album promo, and he was also saying things that were really deep and poignant. This, I believe, is Lil Yachty's conscience. CV Thomas is Lil Yachty's internal therapist. This guy is giving us a window into what's actually happening in Lil Yachty's mind, why he's falling apart, what's going on, and why the album Let's Start Here is so important. The album Let's Start Here is a window into all of his personalities. We get to hear it. And CV Thomas is our guide through Lil Yachty's mind. It is so interesting, and it's insane to me that no one notices this. I believe Lil Yachty is currently building out a cinematic and musical universe where we can explore his mind and understand who he is on the inside. And this is super interesting because Childish Gambino did a very similar thing. And I think other artists have as well, but I think Lil Yachty is going somewhere with this, and I'm really excited to see exactly where it goes. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. There are so many more videos I had to do, and not just Lil Yachty, but other artists as well. I love doing this. This is my favorite thing, creating these conspiracy theories, reporting the conspiracy theories, and I hope you guys enjoy.